Well, much of the world is getting ready for and celebrating the holiday season, whether it be Christmas, Hanukkah, Yuletide, Kwanzaa, you name it, the list goes on. There's many holidays. The scammers are not idle. In fact, this time of year, they double and triple their efforts because they know they can catch, especially in the holiday season, even those who deem themselves too smart to be scammed off guard. Now, text scams are not anything new, at least not in North America, that being Canada and the US. However, this time of year, when people may or may not be waiting for parcels, you are going to see an influx of these kinds of texts. Canadian Customs. You have a package that is being cleared due to incorrect information. The package cannot be cleared and is temporarily detained. Please provide the information in the link within 12 hours. The urgency is very important. Please reply why, then exit the text message and open it again to activate the link or copy the link to your Safari browser to open. Now, I didn't cover up the scam numbers for fear of protecting the scammers. I did it because I have no way to know if this phone number is real. The only thing I do know from my research is that it did come from Ottawa. So I know the area code is Canadian. A very quick Google search will tell you that no Canadian Customs, which is also known as the Canadian Border Services Agency, CBSA, will not send you a text message. Text messages that appear to be from Canadian Customs are likely phishing scams. Government departments, including the CBSA, do not send text messages. Canada Post does not send text messages about deliveries unless requested. And some of you may or may not know that currently, right now, Canada has a postal strike going on. I have not got any information of how long that will be. Some ways to recognize scam text messages is that they're not from a Canadian phone number. In this case, the area code was Canadian, so it could be a real Canadian phone number. The text refers to an individual zip code in Canada, and we provide postal codes in Canada. The text message is only in English. We are not just one English speaking country. The text includes a link to a website that is not Canadian government or website. In ours, the example I showed you, it didn't have a website. It had a link that I did not click on. I will not click on. I do not suggest you all look it up because I don't know what's on the other end. And the text includes instructions that are usually such as replying why and then reopening the message to click the link, which is exactly what happened in this case. Of course, Canada is not the only one that get such texts from Customs. The U.S. Customs and Border Protection, the CBP, will not contact you via text message. Official communications will be the government agencies typically use official channels like mail or email for official business. Unsolicited contacts, the CBP officers do not send unsolicited emails or calls regarding packages, consignments, or monetary instruments. If you receive a call or a text from someone claiming to be from CBP, you should hang up or ignore the message. Do not give out your personal information, which is good advice for any kind of scam. Report the experience to the Federal Trade Commission at reportfraud.ftc.gov. And scammers may try to gain your trust by providing a name and badge number, claiming you have won a sweepstakes or received an inheritance. That is so common in America. And they may contact you from Canada or a foreign country. Again, it's free and easy to look up an area code to know where the phone number is coming from. Even if you don't know who's on the other end of the phone, you know the area in which they are phoning from. So, in both Canada and the US, you absolutely have the power to report such a text. And I do highly recommend you report it and then delete it. You can report it as spam just through, depending what your smartphone is, whether you're Android or iPhone, it might look different. It asks you, do you want to report it? So you report it and you block it. So that way you never get bugged by this particular number again. And then make sure that you hit yes. You can also, I don't know for America, however, I have found that you can also report this spam. They call it spam, but it's actually scam, to a fraud tip line. If you text 7726 and simply forward the message, as I've done here, to 7726, then you will get a free bell message thanking you for reporting the spam. Again, they call it spam, even though it's a scam. But, you can also do that with unsolicited, just repeated messages that you're getting from an unknown number that may not be a scam, but you just don't know who they are. But then you have the option to unreport it if you wish, but I wouldn't. I would keep it reported, especially something like this. So yeah, there you go. These are things that happen in Canada, the US, and I'm sure the world over. Unfortunately, I didn't have any way of knowing exactly how these texts look in all countries. I just know Canada and the US. Like I said, I am sure that all over China, Africa, Australia, what have you, I'm sure they all have similar phishing type scams that come through your text messages. Definitely, before you open up any one of these text messages, wherever you are in the world, if you don't know what it's about and it says it's a government agent, do a quick Google search. Do not click on anything in your email until you've done a Google search. Google might not be always right, but it is more right than it is wrong to find information like this. Keep yourself safe. It might sound strange to hear from some random person on the interwebs, but I do care. And I want you to have the most wonderful holiday you possibly can have.